toss and turn when I think about that incredible September day when I and 8 other children tried to enter Central High for the first time. Mother and I were stunned by the angry mob that greeted us as we approached the school. The plan had been for all of the integrating students to meet at one end of the building and enter together. But none of us had discussed the possibility of all these people. In 1956, Jim Crow laws divided our country into black and white, separate but equal. In 1957, President Eisenhower decided that separate was not equal. He decreed that blacks should have the same educational opportunities as their white counterparts. The following autobiographical account recalls the monumental events of Little Rock, Arkansas, and the struggle these young men and women face for an equal opportunity. White is a State of Mind by Melba Beals. The angry mass stretched the entire 2-block length of Central High. I wondered how we would ever find the other integrating students. The crowd didn't seem at all ready to let us through. Well, looky here. Looks like we got ourselves a nigger, shouted a red-faced man with a rope slung over his shoulder. He was pointing at Mama and me. We made it home that day, but we got there with our shattered dreams, broken hearts, and aching bodies. After 3 weeks of waiting behind locked doors and windows in a violent war zone that had once been our home, a federal court ruling decreed that the troops must stop blocking our entry to Central. We hoped and prayed that this would be the end to the danger that we faced. But it was only the beginning of even more horror than we could have ever imagined. By noon, our experience as Central High students was abruptly halted. At 11:45, the mob was out of control as it rioted toward the school. Soldiers and state police were saying that they could not protect us anymore. Some were throwing down their badges and joining the mob. One of the officers suggested that they might have to distract the mob by allowing them to hang one of us while the other 8 got out. For the first time, I realized that this crowd could kill me, and that some people, including the police, would let them. But one man prevailed, insisting that he could not live with killing a child, even a Negro child. They got us out through an underground garage, through the raging mob, with hundreds of hands banging on the cars that took us to safety. 48 hours later, President Eisenhower sent uniformed and armed World War II heroes of the 101st Airborne to stop this mob that would not cease its unlawful rioting. When the soldiers took us through the doors of Central High, once more we hoped that this would be the end to the danger we faced. But it was only the beginning of even more horror. The days and weeks turned into months of torture at the hands of our angry and intolerant classmates. The really hostile laid down their unwelcome mats by kicking and spitting and throwing lighted pieces of paper at us. They were organized. They were organized and tenacious in their physical torture, walking on my heels day after day, calling me unspeakable names and dousing me with bowls of raw eggs. They even sprayed acid into my eyes. An event I survived with my sight only because the soldier who guarded me had the presence of mind to jam my face beneath a fountain. And all the while, I was just trying to do my work and to pretend that I wasn't more lonely and frightened than I ever thought I could be. By that time, I had lived through almost 4 months of punches to my back and stomach, being tripped up and pushed down flights of stairs. I had never felt such unrelenting hatred. Nevertheless, we 9 survived that year, and even survived our graduation from Central. All throughout this time, I had my doubts. There were those days when I just wanted to give it all up. I just wanted to feel safe. But more importantly, I wanted to graduate. I wanted to prove to all these people that I could and would persevere no matter what they did to me. It was this determination that got me through those traumatic years. We risked life and limb, walking alone into the history books as the first of our people to wear the cap and gown and to receive a diploma as a Central High graduate.